Hello, I'm Tan, the TamBoTC channel, and I wanted to talk about this more briefly after everything I've talked about Cyberpunk before, and I can't believe I've had as many things and I don't want to talk about it, but there's always things coming up. Keep in mind, once again, this is just my personal opinion, take it with a grain of salt. Don't be egotistical or a jerk when doing your comments. I've sadly seen that. And while I don't always delete every comment that does that, just know that there was at least one person who did both those things that I have deleted. So if you go too far across a line, like, I kind of want to make, if I build a community of any kind, I want it to not have this kind of toxicity and stuff. We don't really need that. But then again, like, nobody's perfect. But like, it would be best if you didn't, as well as this is real life now. This isn't a video game. I mean, I'm playing a video game, but what you actually say and such is not. And I don't know if you want to look good or bad when you do your comments a certain way. No. But coming off my previous videos, I always wanted to talk about the anime of Cyberpunk. I don't think it's a bad anime. I don't think it's as good as other people are saying. I honestly think Cyberpunk is that one anime that actually makes the game worse for me when watching it and then playing that. Because that anime has a lot of energy and uniquely designed characters, and the art style helps to make the locations and such of Night City more vibrant and interesting, where I felt the game did all of those things. It didn't have the energy because there's a lot of sitting. There, of course, is fight sequences and stuff, but like I've said in my previous videos, not only is the world feel very empty and the way certain things are programmed and such, you'd have to see those videos for more in depth on that, but I always felt like they spread out the enemies too thin, that you had to gauge most targets, that not everybody, especially civilians, didn't fight back, and that the world just genuinely felt really empty. Yeah, there just wasn't enough to it to make me care. Where the frick did that person land? There they are. Guess what? You're going to die tonight! Yay! Don't you feel happy that happened to you? But anyways, like, felt like the anime didn't represent the game right. And there was a lot of talk of the anime gaslighting people into liking it, like, nobody bought into that stuff, but I kind of see that point, sadly, because with everything that's happened between then and there, it does kind of feel like that at times, and it's a little ridiculous. It does kind of cross a stupid line there, but with everything that's happened in between then and now, like, I can see why people would think that. I didn't even notice this area exists. Interesting. It's just such a tonal whiplash, honestly, in my opinion. It doesn't reflect the same energy as the anime. There's a lot of sitting around talking. It's not even really interesting stuff they're talking about either. It's really boring stuff, honestly. Get more of this stuff. That's great for me. I barely lost health that frickin' last match I did. But yeah, I never felt like it reflected the same energy after a lot of the things I talked about in my previous videos. And it does, like animes and other shows and stuff on video games, whether they're... I feel like a lot of where some shows either do a good job or a bad job representing those building on the lore. I don't feel like it's because of the game is actually missing stuff. Because the game's strict to you role-playing specifically as V and meeting people that V specifically needs to meet, whether side quests or not. It feels very strict in that way, that sense. And then the fact that, like, the frickin' it needs, like, random encounters, it needs more, like, enemies and other interesting NPCs wandering the open world, and it needs stuff like, frickin', guilds and factions and stuff. Like, if we wanted, like, other than giving us just a chip that tells us lore on something, give us stuff that actually, like, helps us to learn about that more on a personal level. What the frick? I have never seen that before. What the frick are you? What the hell did that? What the hell? What are you? What the frick is that? I don't understand that stuff. I've never seen that, by the way. I missed something new. Weird. But yeah, like, I feel like the game needed, because you got, like, Militech and all that crap, and you see, like, these gangs, like, you know that one gang you see in the beginning with Jackie? Spider Eyes or whatever? You, like, never see those guys again, and even if you do, like, they're just kind of there. They don't really leave any other presence than that. Wow, the storm got really fast there. Nope, we're not having that. That was a close one. Stuff just makes you, like, jump high or whatever. Huh. Those shadows scared me, by the way. But yeah, I just didn't feel like because they did a better job with lore and building and stuff, I don't feel like it represented the game very well. Didn't even feel like the same property, weirdly. So yeah, I always felt that way when watching the anime, especially nowadays. Like, I still feel a lot of the stuff I talked about with Cyberpunk in my videos. Wait a minute. It's the same goddamn thing. Hold on. Yeah, that's okay. It's not an assault rifle. It's like a marksman or sniper rifle or whatever. Yeah, I always felt that way when watching the anime. But I take Halo, for example. I feel like that game is able to replicate the energy of some of the stuff that it has much better. It kind of feels like the reverse Doom movies. You know how Doom the game is so energetic and ridiculous, the recent games? And even some of the older games, unless we're talking Doom 3, which I do like Doom 3. I've been playing for the channel recently. But, like, I never felt like it was kind of reverse that. It's almost like the, oh god, I don't want to get rid of it. I love this shotgun. I always felt like it never replicated that for me, that it needed to do the energy and represent the source it was coming from better. Where the Doom movies were freaking boring and slow. Ooh, somebody shot over here. I never felt like it was like the reverse. It was like reverse freaking I don't know where they are. Reverse Doom, where the game was the slow moving one and the anime or show representing it was the faster, more interesting, even sympathetic, and can get a tear out of you. Like, I do think there's a good emotional scene. Once again, I don't think that anime is as good as everybody makes it out to be, but I don't feel like it represents the game very well. I've had a lot of things I talked about. You know what? I might as well briefly go over them. I talked about how there's not much life going on in Cyberpunk. Like, I kind of feel like, as well as I never felt like the enemies represented, like, complemented the combat, in my opinion. I thought I heard something, so I'm being quiet, by the way. But I never felt like the, it replicated that, and that, the gameplay, like, you see these people who, like, this is with any game, though. You basically can see that somebody like this with any game. But there's some people who can really discover some really cool techniques and stuff you can do with a video game. And Cyberpunk is also one of those. But so many games have that, and not everybody is quite built the same like that, or going to play like that, or take the time to learn how to play like that, or even have the time to. So it's cool in the moment, but that's the, like, how it is. And I felt like the enemies are just really still don't replicate, really help the combat. It's kind of, you know how Halo, once again, I hate to use Halo, but Halo has uniquely designed enemies, and you can tell the difference between all of them and how they function, their functionality in combat, and just the dynamics behind them. Where freaking I didn't get that really, and when I did with Cyberpunk, it was super generic and forgettable enemies. That's not to say there aren't decent things surrounding certain enemy types and how they play out, but goddamn, they're still freaking boring. And I don't feel like they complement the... It's like, once again, the gameplay is doing a lot of the heavy lifting that the rest of the game should be doing. Like the enemies. Like, the enemies aren't doing enough heavy lifting to make things that much more exciting. I always found them boring, generic, and because you don't have a way of truly learning about them or getting to know them, like you can join a gang or a freaking faction or whatever, or one of those companies, or even be a double agent. Jump through here, by the way, real quick. But yeah, I never felt like it was able to replicate that, and because you have to rely on like chips, it kind of almost does the weird later Halo thing, where it expects you to either watch a show, I'm not talking the live action Halo show, but watch a show and read books or something in order to understand, or like whatever, in order to understand like what the game's about. And it kind of does that Destiny thing a little bit too. And like, I just don't like that as much. Because of that stuff, and because I didn't have a lot of the elements that helped to make it really good, to help flesh out those elements, really weak. But I saw something there. Okay, good. Here's shooting behind me, so gotta be careful. There might be people here. Let's be careful here. Yep. Nope. Not having that. Grab that health back. Ooh, health packs. Ooh. Sweet. It'd be funny if I won another match, wouldn't it? We only have 6 other people besides myself. Oh, we'll see. We will see. I've only killed 4 people, and I think most of them are bots. This is pretty much how it always turns out. Let's see if I can find a good kind of hidey place around here. There we go. That should do. Yeah, like, I think that's basically all I have to say. I'm sure there's more, but yeah, I think that's all I have to set up with this video. But yeah, keep in mind, if you still like that stuff, like, still like it, still love it, or whatever, you keep to what you do. Just don't be egotistical and such about it, okay? I've sadly had that stuff. I know a lot of people, it's the internet after all, who isn't gonna have that kind of stuff. But still, it's still real life. You gotta be careful, use your words wisely. Because clearly that's unwise when you do that kind of rude crap. So, yeah, I hope you enjoyed nonetheless and found something interesting out of it. And if you did, remember to like, share, and subscribe. Leave your comments below, and I'll see you next time. Can I say that even though I've said that through all my videos, and it's the thing I'm still going to continue to say, that I always found that kind of cringe, honestly, just saying that. But I'm going to say it anyways, because like, that's legit what I want you to do if you do enjoy this or find something interesting. And I don't know, what else am I supposed to say? But yeah, I always found that funny that I felt that way. So I'll see you next time, and you have an awesome day. We'll see if I win. If I do win, I'll just take a very short clip of it and set it on my YouTube channel. Bye.